dokie. We are here. We good to go? We are live. Oh my goodness gracious. Evan Johnson, artist in residence. Evan, good to see you again.
Great to be back at Mural Mondays.
Another Mural Monday. Now, you know, I always like to say that Mondays is typically the least popular day of the week.
Pretty dry.
Until this event. So now every single Monday you get to come out to Listen Vision, DC's largest and oldest recording studio, and look at, buy and inquire about artwork, and we have all sorts of special treats from our good folks at Big Bang. I'm going to stand all the way up here on the stage because we have some of Evan's work with us today that we wanted to display. Last week, you know, we were showing you his geography series. If you don't mind holding that. This is the... Well, you tell him. What are we looking at here?
So this is the state of California, one of the lands that I love so much.
What's great about this series, I don't know if you guys can tell, he does this incredible series where he takes great liberties with this is the Maryland flag, that's the state of California. Over here we have a stylized DC flag, you know, that we were showing you guys last week. Okay, and you know what's cool about Evan, and maybe we'll have Marvin talk about this. Marvin, do you want to come talk to us about, you know, Keith Haring and this incredible style? Why don't you hold this? Okay, so I always jokingly call Evan, you know, my Black Keith Haring, because, you know, Keith Haring was one of these pop artists that started this iconic style. Absolutely. Marvin, tell them about these magazines that we're come over. There we go. Tell them about these magazines that we're looking at here. These are some really iconic.
Yeah, these are some throwback magazines, actually. This is a Japanese magazine called Tokion. This is a popular American periodical called Mass Appeal. They're both out of print right now, so they're considered, I guess, antiques, if you will, or throwbacks or classics. This one is from, I believe, 2001, 2001 to 2003, respectfully. But in a nutshell, this represents Keith Haring, who, this is an ode to Keith Haring, who was an extremely powerful icon in, let's say, the artistic street culture community, if you will. This is basically a paradigm of graffiti artists as a whole. This is a very iconic symbol, if you will, that graffiti artists used to use, a crown above the head, which kind of represents everyone's royalty, if you will. So
the God self, the God body.
Self.
Yeah.
So I brought these magazines because I'm a collector of magazines and I'm just an enthusiast about the culture. So this is just, if you flip through, it's a throwback to show you kind of what we as a community are doing in the culture, and also what people are doing worldwide.
Can we get a close-up on this?
Sorry, I don't know.
Come over here. Let's get a close-up on this image. This is some vintage hip-hop images. You know, if anybody knows anything about Mass Appeal.
Yeah, so, exactly. I believe these are all from the early 80s, and, you know, I guess to a lot of people this is not important, but it is, because if you look at, I guess, young people and music and everything that goes on today, it's where it all started.
And speaking of the crown, Marvin, if you don't mind grabbing that, or Evan, grabbing that crown, you know, last week we were talking about the symbolism, you know, of the crown. And, you know, Evan, here's your version of the crown. Would you like to, Marvin, if you don't mind passing the mic to Evan. Evan, describe this crown to us and how, you know what I mean, you've updated this symbolism.
Yeah. So it's called Crown Me King for the same purposes. You know, everybody's royalty in their own right, or at least they should hold themselves, you know, to that standard and move in that way. So it's just my depiction of how I see, you know, the crown. So I just wanted to, you know, put my style on it, put my sauce on it, and see where I can make it.
And the viewers at home who are tuned in and watching us now, they can see our audience here, that we have an incredible audience. And I really want to say a big thank you and a shout out to all the folks at Brookland Senior Daycare Center here in Day Center here in Northwest. You know, our senior citizens in our community here in Washington, D.C. paved the way for us, you know, younger folks to be able to do everything that we're doing. Okay, so if it weren't for our seniors, we wouldn't be able to have the vibrant arts community that we have here in Washington, D.C. If it wasn't for our seniors, we wouldn't have the vibrant, food scene that we have here.
Exactly.
And all of the incredible arts. So if you're not in Washington, D.C., I really implore you to come on down to this area
Check
because
it out.
why? All of our museums are free. Okay, and that's the greatest price of all time. So who doesn't like free? So
Start somewhere. So hey.
that's right. This most, yeah, and now we're trying to just carry that torch. Okay, some of the other things that folks can see today, and we're only just purposely showing just a few things from Evan Johnson and Glass of Water, simply because he's our artist in residence, and we want you to come out 2622 Georgia Avenue in the building today, and you'll see a live stream interview with Afrofuturist painter Liz Stewart. Okay, so these paintings right here, this one right here. I love this Jeff Sessions. Oops. I love this Jeff Sessions, making fun of Jeff Sessions, and I love her work. She has a really and I'm only using a phrase that I just recently learned about Afrofuturism, which, the new movie Black Panther really embodies. And it's an artistic movement that's been around for a long time, but now it's really starting to pick up steam. So I want you to come out and check out Liz Stewart's art. Okay, I want you to check out Evan Johnson. I want you to check out, of course I have to do this. This event is powered by Big Bang. The good people at Big Bang. They make every event a little special. Big Bang, come here and get your Big Bang on. So make sure that you come out, you check out their vendors table, you check out their awesome t-shirts that you can pick up. Okay, and I also want to say, stay tuned. Jacob, if we can get a zoom in on this over here. Stay tuned for Art G. His name is Art, but he has art for the visually impaired. And if you can see this piece right here, okay, you will see more of his big pieces coming in shortly. He'll be here shortly. These are really big pieces. So he will be here in just a few minutes. And if you want to stay on the Zooming, just to commemorate today's event, I have on, look at this. If you know your art, you will recognize this as an M.C. Escher painting. Now, M.C. Escher is a mathematician turned artist. And if you know anything about his work, you can quickly see why. He is a mathematician. He has this incredible knack for symmetry and what? And tessellations. This is a word that I will have to Google after I get off air. Tessellations. Okay? And he does all of these, mind trick images and stuff like that. But I got to say, he's definitely, you might consider him one of the forefathers of pop art. And pop art, street art, outsider art, people that, haven't been to the big hoity-toity art schools, that's the type of art that we really value and appreciate. Because if you have that type of passion burning in your soul, you have that type of creativity inside, man, get it out. If you want to weld some, metal together in your backyard, or you want to do some crafts and pick up some crazy stuff, even myself, here's a great example. I found an old kiosk for Western Union laying out in our back alley. And you know what I did? Go ahead, Jacob. I turned that kiosk right there into the world's first beat bar. That's right. First ever in the world beat bar. It's like a bar, except no alcohol, just beats. Okay? Be artistic. Be creative. Try new things. And if you like my Ron Burgundy-inspired outfit, come on out. 2622 Georgia Avenue, right here at the entrance to Howard University. We are inside of Listen Vision, DC's largest and oldest recording studio for 20 years. Okay, so please, now until 10 p.m., you have plenty of time. Either tune in on listenvisionlive.com with my DJ.
Beat up the boy wonder.
Man, the DJ with the best timing in the world. So DJ B-Dub the Boy Wonder is going to be with us spinning all day, and then starting at about 4 o'clock, our shows start going on, and we have full programming tonight leading all the way up to DC Pharma, which is our cannabis show that we end off with tonight. So stay tuned. Mural Mondays will be with you all day, now until 10 p.m. Peace.